video, and this time it's not a vlog, it's something a little bit different. For those of you who know me, I am a big tech fan, and as many of you know, this weekend, or Friday actually, is the day that the new Apple iPhone X came out. And I was fortunate enough to grab one of these on launch day, I guess. I have a black, space grey, sorry, not black, Apple don't shoot me, 64 gig iPhone X. The 256 gig one was a little bit too expensive. It's costing me an arm and a leg anyway, and I didn't want to pay the extra £150, I think it is, something like that for the 256. So yeah, that's my personal choice. So I didn't want to do an unboxing video. I've seen about 100 of those on YouTube over the last week from all the big tech YouTubers. So I wanted to do something slightly different. I wanted to give my first impressions of the phone, how easy it was to set up. You know, it's a different iPhone than what we've seen before. And so yeah, so I want to give kind of my first impressions, not give an unboxing, and also look at the iPhone line. So I've been able to model up a few of the iPhones that we have in the house to kind of show that evolution of design, the features, and all that kind of good stuff. So without further ado, here is the bad boy itself. It's very reflective. You can probably see the rest of the room in the phone. So there it is turned on with this famous notch. So far, the notch hasn't been too obtrusive. A lot of the applications, even the major ones from companies like Microsoft and stuff, haven't been optimized for the iPhone X. So a lot of apps appear letterboxed and don't make use of the entire screen. However, I'm not going to post it because I'll probably get copyrighted, but Netflix, for example, have optimized the application for the iPhone X, and therefore that means when you're watching the videos, you actually get the full kind of edge-to-edge display video, and it looks fantastic. There's no denying it, and you'd be hard-pressed, even if you're not an Apple fan, to say, you know what, that doesn't look good. It's using the OLED display, which is interesting because, as Apple have said, and I've definitely noticed, it looks fantastic when you're looking at it like this. But when you're looking at it at an angle, I don't know whether it comes across in the camera, but what happens is that the colours look slightly off, and it's very weird because you think something's wrong with it, but actually Apple have kind of verified this, and Pixel 2 XL guys will probably know this as well, that OLED displays are supposed to be like that, and that's how they're made, that's how they're designed, and that's where the technology is today. So that's essentially not a problem. It's very, very minor. So that's essentially it. So now I kind of just want to go into showing you a bit more about the evolution of the iPhone lineup. So we're a bit further down now at the desk to just look at the iPhone X in comparison to other versions and other generations of the iPhone. So as I said, here is the iPhone X, and in comparison, I've stolen my sister's, so thank you to her for giving me her phone. But this is a iPhone 8 Plus, also the latest iPhone from Apple. This faces a dual camera, very similar to the iPhone X, just the other way round. So the iPhone 8 Plus is being in a landscape format, and the iPhone X being in a portrait format. So these phones, I'm trying to get this in as well. So the iPhone 8 Plus is taller than the iPhone X. However, because of the edge-to-edge display of the iPhone X, the screen is actually bigger on the iPhone X than it is on the iPhone 8 Plus, and that's mainly due to the bezels. You can say hello to the camera. So it's mainly due to the bezels. As you can see on this phone, they take up quite a lot of the phone, and you don't really realise the extent of it until you actually see an iPhone 10 and you realise there's a lot of space on this that isn't used. So yeah, this is still a very good phone, very, very nice, and honestly the price points are quite similar between these two. You will find this slightly cheaper, but you know, it's not a huge amount cheaper, so definitely bear that in mind if you are thinking of iPhone 10 versus iPhone 8 Plus, because they both are fantastic phones. They both now offer wireless charging. As you can see, the super shiny back being the glass back, which now allows for wireless charging. I unfortunately don't have a wireless charging mat yet. I definitely will be buying one. But yeah, charging via Lightning still works, and it is as quick as ever. So I also have a couple of other phones here that I want to compare to the iPhone 10 here. One being the phone I'm upgrading from, which is an iPhone 6s. Now, as you can see, just from looking at the back, Apple has been able to get rid of these damn antenna bands. It was one of the most disliked features of both, I guess, the 6, 6s, and even on the 7 and the 7 Plus. The damn antenna bands are now gone, which is awesome. This phone was still a very good phone. The camera was amazing. It had the new improved Touch ID sensor, which was so fast, like you wouldn't even realize it. And that's one of the things. Touch ID, I would say, is slightly slower. But when I mean slightly, I mean you're probably not going to know the difference between the two. So they really are, it's slightly slower, but you know, to most people, you're not gonna notice the difference. So there we go. I forgot to put my phone on silent. So yeah, so that is comparison to the iPhone 6, and to throw a bit of nostalgia in here, I also have an iPhone 5. Now this is going back a few years now, and this was really kind of one of the first iPhones that I think I got. Yeah, and it really kind of piqued my kind of interest, and I've kind of been with iPhone ever since. But if you look at size-wise, look at that. It's it's crazy. The phones have got bigger and bigger as the years have gone on, and you know, if you look at the backs of these and the fronts of these, there's a big difference, and it's really interesting to see how that, I guess, the iPhone line has evolved as the years have gone by. That's really it. So that is the iPhone 10. I wanted to do a slightly different video from all the unboxings. And just for people who are interested, the box contains nothing special. Standard headphones, wall plug, and lightning cable, nothing special. So yeah, that's the iPhone 10. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's something different. This one's personally just for me. I really enjoy talking about phones, and I'm very excited, if you cannot tell, about having one of these, an iPhone 10.